Hi guys, welcome back to the show. So today I decided to do a galactic pink look with the Norvina Anastasia Beverly Hills Volume 4 palette. I'm very impressed with how this palette performed. The mattes were so pigmented. I honestly did not even plan to do such a glam look today, but you know, I put a pink on and it was just like bam. So I was like, all right, well, the shadow's going all the way, so am I. This is how the look turned out. If you'd like to know how to get this look, just keep watching and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so to start this look, I'm going to start with the eyes. I already went ahead and put on my brows. I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, and I used mine in the shade medium brown. To prep the lids, I'm going to be using two products, both by Nars. The first one is their Soft Matte Complete Concealer, and I use my shade in Caramel. And I'm just going to take a flat brush and put it in the product and gently tap it on the inner corner of my eyes. I have really dark circles on my eyes, and this just helps cancel out some of that discoloration before I go in with eyeshadow. Okay, now that the color is canceled out, I'm going to use the Nars Tinted Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. I have mine in the shade Medium, and I just have slightly hooded eyes, and this is so far, the only eyelid primer that keeps my lids from creasing all day. I'm actually just going to use that same flat brush that I used for the concealer and just blend that out on top of the eyelid. Alright, now that the eyelids are prepped, we can go in with the exciting part, eyeshadow. This is a new palette that I picked up, and it's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina collection, and this is their Pro Pigment Volume 4. It is a little hard to open. I'm honestly afraid that I'm going to drop it every single time that I open it. So this is the color story. I just love these shades. I feel like you can wear them in the spring, the summer, the fall, maybe even the winter, because there's some cool brown tones in there. And it's just so wearable because there's a lot of neutrals as well as a lot of, you know, brighter colors if you want to play with on the weekend or, you know, daily if that's you. So I'm super excited I picked this up, and let's create a cute look with it. Okay, so on a Morphe E22 brush, I'm just gonna take the shade D1 as my neutral color and blend that all over the lid. And I'm just starting in the crease and slowly blending it all over the lid. And this is just going to smooth things out, so your lid is going to be ready to blend out the other colors very seamlessly. Okay, so I zoomed you in so you could get a better look on what I'm doing with my eyes. Okay, so I did not expect this look to get this glam, but this eyeshadow palette is so pigmented. I don't think I've ever used an eyeshadow palette as pigmented as this one. I feel like I barely touched the color, and as soon as I put it on my eye, it was just like... Okay, so now that we have the top lids done with the eyeshadow, I'm gonna go ahead and take a makeup wipe and just clean underneath the eyelid to get rid of any fallout that may have occurred. And now I'm just tapping the eyeshadow where I wipe just so the line isn't so harsh. Okay, now we're going to go into the complexion. I'll be using the Dior Backstage Face and Body Primer to prime the face. And this just gives you a very diffused look, just kind of smooths everything out. And to get that lit from within glowy, I'm going to use the Hollywood Flawless Filter. And I have mine in the shade medium. And you have to be very light-handed with this because this can give you that Tin Man look very easily if you use too much, and it's very easy to use too much. So I'm just gonna apply a few dots around the face. That's probably a very generous amount I just did. I'm just gonna be using a foundation brush. This is the Real Techniques 200 Expert Face Brush, and just blend that out. Now for foundation, this is my absolute favorite foundation. It's the Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. And as you can see, I am almost completely out of this stuff because I love it so much. Just gonna put a few drops on the back of my hand, and going in with that same brush, I just used the Hollywood Flawless Filter, just kind of blend it out over the face. I just love this foundation because it is medium to full coverage, and you can build it up to be full coverage, but it doesn't clog my pores. It doesn't feel heavy on the face, so that's why it's my absolute go-to, and I need to repurchase some more. And now I'm just taking a damp sponge and smoothing out any lines that may have been created. For concealer, I'm going to be using the Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. Since this is a more glam look, I'm going to be using a more full coverage concealer under the eyes. To set the under eyes, I'll be using the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder, and I have mine in the shade medium. And I really like this because it does have a very finely milled formula, so I don't find that my under eyes get dry with it. I'm just gonna tap out any creases before I set it. And if you're wondering, this is just the setting brush by Real Techniques. To set the rest of the face, I'll be using the Thrive Cosmetics Filtered Effects Soft Focus HD Setting Powder in the shade Translucent Matte. And you can use any fluffy brush, powder brush for this. And I just lightly set the entire face. Okay, so now that the complexion is done, we can jump back into the eye look. Okay, so I'll be using the Luxie Precision Shaper to go back into that original shade that we used, D1, and just buff that on my under eyelid. Okay, and on the same brush, I'll be going into the shade C5 and doing the same thing, but I'm gonna be more precise with this one and keep it closer to the lash line. And with this color, only come into about halfway, kind of where the center of your pupil is, and then blend it outwards to meet with the upper eyelash shadow. Okay, so now I'm gonna be using a slightly smaller bushy brush and go into the shade B2 as we did on the top lid. And you're gonna wanna get even closer to the lash line and just go about halfway like we did before. This one I'm dragging a tiny bit of color all the way across the lid just so we can start blending everything together. And on a very flat, precise brush, this is the Morphe M213. We're gonna go in with the very dark E4 shade. Just brush that against the lash line. Okay, and with the same flat paddle brush we just took the dark shade in, I'm gonna go back into that really pretty purpley pink A2 shade and run that along the bottom lid, but only from the front of the eye to the center of the eyelid again. And I'm doing this very, very close to the lash line. Okay, so this is about it for the eyeshadow. I'm gonna go ahead and do some eyeliner and attach some lashes since this is a more glam look. For my eyeliner, I'm going to be using the Chiatti London Fierce Flicks in the shade Black. Whew, so nerve-wracking doing eyeliner. Okay, one down, next eye. So my eyeliner is definitely sisters, not twins, but hey, I tried and I don't think it looks that bad. Okay, so before I go in with falsies, I'm just going to quickly put some mascara on my eyes with the CoverGirl Last Blast Volume. For lashes, I'm just going to go with the Kiss Easy Lashes in the Style 3. Now that the lashes are on, I'm going to use the Marc Jacobs Gel Liner to go over the top lid just to make sure that the lash line looks blended. I'm also going to use a little bit on the bottom eyelid as well. I'm going to be using the same mascara to go over the eyelashes with the extensions on them as well as the lower lash lid just to make them a little bit more bold. Okay, now that the eyes are done, I'm going to be using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer to bronze the rest of the face. For blush, I'll be using the Milani Rose Powder Blush in the shade Spiced Rose. For highlighter, I'm going to be using the Milk Makeup Holographic Highlighting Powder in the shade Mars, and this is really pretty because it shifts between an orange and a pink holographic shade once it's on the face. Wow, it looks so pretty with this eyeshadow look. Okay, and since this look is very, very intense, as you can see, I'm gonna go in with a nude lip. For the liner, I'll be using the MAC Cosmetics in the shade Spice. For lipstick, I'll be using the Becca Cosmetic. This is the Ultimate Lipstick Love collection in the shade Taupe. And finally, to set the face, I'm going to be using the Fourth Ray Beauty. This is their Glisten Up Mist to give this more of a dewy appearance. And I'm only focusing this on the outside portions of the face since it is very dewy and glowy. I don't want to look oily. To set the eyebrows, I'm just using the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter in the shade Clear. Alright guys, this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial. I'm so impressed with how the eyeshadow performed. It was very pigmented. The shimmers were very shimmery, or what do they call it? What do they call that? Foiled. There you go. Foiled. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and subscribe, leave a comment down below, or just leave us a thumbs up. That'd be great. If you want to see more looks with this eyeshadow palette, I'd be happy to film more. I could do maybe a purple look or a softer pink glam, or even some everyday looks if you're interested. So go ahead and leave a comment down below and let me know what you'd like to see in the future. I hope you have a great day and thanks for watching. Bye.